Hi guys, I wanted to try to do something a little different today. So we're going to do a new video series starting today, and it's going to be kind of an organic experimentation in talking to the tarot for over a long period of time, and sort of just establishing a kind of communication link, so to speak. Basically what I want to do is do a daily reading using the Major Arcana for inspiration. And basically what this is going to do is we're going to pull out the Major Arcana from a deck, shuffle them up, draw one, and that's going to be used as our significator. And then from there I'm going to pick 3 cards from the remaining cards in the deck and try to derive some sort of message or meaning about that Major Arcana from the cards that we drew. And we're going to ask for basically life lessons and important advice that we can gain from that Major Arcana to use in our day-to-day lives, particularly on that particularly given day. So let's give it a shot. So today I'm going to be using my Arcana Tarot, and I actually just did a review of this on my website, polyphonictarot.com. You can check it out. I'll put the link down here below. So if you like the cards, you can read my review. Okay, so here are the majors. I've already separated them. Let's give them a quick little shuffle here. I'm just going to cut once here since you can't cut that 3 times. Okay, and our Major Arcana for today is the Devil. So now we're going to take the rest of the cards in the deck, including the other majors, and we're going to shuffle these up now and pick 3 cards. And we're going to ask what the Devil can teach us today. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. So again, Devil is our Major Arcana for the day. And our cards that came up are the King of Swords, the Ace of Swords, and the Chariot. Okay, so this is a pretty interesting reading here. Bottom of the deck is the World, aspected by the Ace of Wands. Okay, so I get this idea that this has to do a lot with focus. That the Devil, really and truly the Devil being associated with I, or the letter ayin in Hebrew, which translates to I should say, as in the thing you see with, not I, the pronoun. Since the Devil is associated with the I in Capricorn, the Devil is known traditionally, or perhaps not traditionally, but known in the Taut deck as being very one-sided, having one way of looking at things, and not really having a particularly broad vision. The Devil is very focused on whatever it is he has his sights set on, and usually this is some sort of material object of pleasure. But it does not have to necessarily be, because the Devil can just represent career ambition and learning to sort of fight for oneself, defend oneself, look out for one's own best interest. Now, below our Devil here, we've got the King of Swords and the Ace of Swords, and both of these cards, to me, talk a lot about focus, and the Chariot really reinforces this as well. The King of Swords is the personality. It's the type of person who really likes to think about situations and really evaluate the pros and cons of something before they really make a choice. And he is known for being pretty level-headed, very rational, and focused on whatever problem he is being asked to think his way through. The Ace of Swords is, of course, clear thinking, and also is, to some extent, a symbol of the true will in its pure invoked form. And it really is just magical will in general, as opposed to more creative will that comes naturally. This is more, the Ace of Swords is of course different from the Ace of Wands because it is invoked force as opposed to natural force. And so this is, sort of alluding perhaps to that idea of focus, and focus of the will in particular. Now the Chariot really reinforces this for me as well, because the Chariot is about controlling and directing, opposite forces towards one particular goal, and overcoming whatever obstacles may arise due to the forces of opposition working together, and overcoming those difficulties and finding success in them. And really, I think perhaps that this is partially what the devil is getting at, is that we can accomplish quite a lot if we set our minds one-sidedly towards whatever goal we have. And I think that the goal that we're talking about here is not really necessarily just some sort of mundane career goal or something like that, because we have the world on the bottom here, and the world does remind us that this reading does have to do with major completions and ends of cycles, big life lessons, and that sort of thing. And I feel like the Chariot is sort of like the laurels being placed here for us in our victory over whatever cycle we've overcome. And I think we've overcome it by having focus and single-mindedness, but also clarity. The devil is not distracted by any other options or possibilities. The devil is focused on what he needs to do and is focused on it firmly. And for today, this is our advice. We should focus on the things that are actually important, focus on overcoming obstacles today, and focus on finishing things, getting things done well. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this today. Just brief little advice based on a Major Arcana, and we'll be doing this again tomorrow as well. Alright, thanks guys. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Thanks. Bye.